This video is for the people that now understand that money is spoken in two languages, debt and debt free. This is for the people that have been in the debt matrix all their life. Now they're out. Now they speak the language of debt free. Now they speak both. All right. The majority of Americans that are in debt, they only speak debt. They don't know they speak debt. I'm only talking to the people that have made the sacrifice to get to zero. Okay. They now understand what zero means. All right. So we're going to get straight into it here. Okay. All right, let me see. Only for those. So again, this is for only for those that speak debt free, only for those that have made the sacrifice and did what it takes to get to zero. Those of you that understand zero doesn't mean you're broke. Zero means you are free. Okay. Now, if you told somebody in the debt matrix that your net worth is zero, they would think you're broke. Now you understand that means you're free. Okay. Zero means you now have created the foundation to build wealth upon. I'm only talking to you guys, only to the people that understand the language of debt free. If you don't, please save your questions for the end. You probably won't understand a word I'm saying. It probably won't even make any sense to you. I'll answer all those questions at the end. Okay. I promise you. Zero means you now understand investing starts with you, not outside of you. Zero means you now understand you don't need to know nothing about investing. You don't need to know anything about investing outside of yourself. You don't need to know about the stock market. You don't need to know nothing about taxes. You don't need to know about retirement. You don't need to know any of that. Zero means you know how to pick the professionals that do know about them subjects. You do know how to pick them now. You know how to pick out the professionals. How? Their personal credit report. Their personal credit report will show if they've broken the number one rule or not. Have they invested in themselves first? If they have student loans that are older than their children, if they have collections, if they owe the IRS money, do they have IRS debt, etc., you know not to use them. They're stuck in the debt matrix. Them knowing this or not is 100% irrelevant to us. It doesn't matter if they know this or not, okay? They probably will think it's weird that you're even asking that question. Hey, before I do business with you, I want to see your personal credit report. They probably get offended. They probably ask why you want to know that. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Are you going to show it to me or not? No? Okay, then we're not doing business. You're not touching my money if you don't even know about your own money. I mean, you can't say that, but this is what you know. This is how you do it. This is the language of debt free. It doesn't matter if they know it or not, okay? Imagine how frustrating it must be for the professionals in those fields that speak debt free. How hard it must be to find them in those fields. And they know the correct way to do whatever it is that you're asking of them. You know, if they're professional, they speak debt free and they are a professional stockbroker. They speak debt free if they're a special professional tax person, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. How to find them? You might be, how do I find them? Ask to see their personal credit report the exact same way. Because I promise you, if they speak the language of debt free, they will know why you're asking that question. The same as if somebody asked us that question. If somebody asked us, hey, let me see your personal credit report, we will know why they're asking that question. We probably won't even have to show it to them because we'll say, oh, yeah, yeah, I know why you're asking that question here. But if they know, yeah, sure, we'll show you. You know, we probably keep it in a pocket, probably on our phone. Yeah, here, I just printed it out just right now. See, look, people in the debt matrix, they only speak debt. They have no idea why we're asking that question. You ask somebody in a debt matrix, they're going to say, oh, you want to see my credit score? I don't want to see your credit score. I want to see your entire credit report. Now, zero now means, listen closely, okay? because you're just crossing over. And I'm gonna hold your hand and walk, because I've been over here for a minute. So I'm gonna walk you through. Okay. Zero means everything is a thing to us now. Everything. Okay. Say, like, for example, a 2019 Bentley coupe that's worth a couple $100,000. All right. Who says it's worth a couple $100,000? Bentley? Well, we don't agree with what Bentley says. We understand that it did not actually cost $200,000 to build one Bentley. We understand that logically because we understand math. It didn't really cost that much to build that Bentley. It's only $200,000 to people who Bentley convinces that it's worth $200,000. If we want a Bentley, we buy it with cash for half the price from somebody who's stuck in the debt matrix, who's stuck in the credit trouble in the debt matrix. That's who we buy our cars from. Okay. We don't care what Bentley says. Okay. Bentley is just convinced people that it's worth $200,000. Okay. You understand? It doesn't mean that it's worth that much. Okay. We understand that now. Zero means we buy cars under, listen, this is how we buy cars. We buy cars under Blue Book. We drive them until we get tired of them, and then we sell them at Blue Book. That means we drove the car for free. Do you understand? Did you follow what I said? We buy it under Blue Book, drive it for a few years, sell it at Blue Book. That means we drove the car for free. That's how we do it. You already know we don't finance cars. You notice how people just brag about it, like, hey, yeah, I got a great deal on this car at X percentage rate and this and that. That's not true. Nobody gets a finance car on sale, but you better not say that if you want to keep your friends and your family in your sorry. If you want to keep your friends and family in your life, you better not say that out loud. You only can talk to us. You only can say that in this channel. And people like us. Okay. $30,000 for a new Rolex. Says who? Rolex? We don't agree with Rolex. Again, we buy it for, if you want a Rolex, we buy it for half the price with cash from somebody in the debt matrix. See how that works? We don't, those are things. I don't care how gold and shiny it is and this and that. That doesn't mean anything. We know it didn't cost $30,000 to make that Rolex. It did not cost that much. It's a thing. $1,500 for a new iPhone. Says who? Apple? Okay. Well, Apple, we don't agree with you because it didn't cost $1,500 to make one iPhone. It didn't cost that much. We know that. People in the debt matrix, Apple has convinced people in the debt matrix that the phone is worth $1,500. So if they believe it, they believe it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Not us. We know what zero means. This was zero. Zero makes us understand that things are things. I don't care what it is. We don't care how shiny it is. It doesn't matter. Blue Book, listen, Blue Book value only matters when we sell, never when we buy. Again, Blue Book value, the value of anything. Let me get out of Blue Book. The value of anything never matters when we buy. Okay? Only when we sell. You got it? All right, let's move on to the next one. So imagine it. This is what so you guys can get a better understanding of this, okay? You ever look at a painting, right? You ever look at a painting that looks like a child painted it, right? Look like a child, you just put down a canvas and said, hey, kid, put some paint on this, right? And then all of a sudden it's worth millions of dollars, right? It's only worth millions of dollars to the person or the people that believe it's worth $1 million. See what I'm saying? I've seen that all the time on TV. You'll say, hey, look at this Picasso painting. It's worth $15 million. And you look at it and you say, what? How in the world is it worth that much? It's only worth that much to people who believe it's worth that much. That's it. Nothing. That's nothing more. It's nothing more than that. So if I bought it and I got it for $2 million and I know I could sell it for $15 million, I'd buy it for $1 million and sell it for somebody that believe it's worth $15 million. That's it. I wouldn't keep it. Okay. So I want to be the first. If you're new to this, if you're new to the zero, if you're new to financially free, if you're new to speaking a debt-free language, I want to be the first to welcome you to this side. Welcome to welcome to something so new that 85% of Americans cannot even see because they're stuck in the debt matrix. Welcome to what has been hidden in plain sight this whole freaking time. The secret to becoming rich has never been a secret. It's never been a secret. The secret to becoming rich was to be calling it a secret. That's what made it a secret. So it fooled everybody. It only fools people in the debt matrix. Now that you're outside, the secret to becoming rich is starting at zero. The secret to becoming rich is believing mathematics. That's it. I'm not nothing special. I'm not some financial guru. I'm not Big Daddy Kingpin and nothing. I just used the math that my teacher, Miss Klingensmith, I still remember her name. You know why? Because I was good at it, but I never took what she taught me and applied it to my finances. Even though I did the math and money games, I remember taking away a nickel, adding it to a dollar. It was $1.05. Take it away. It was back to a dollar. I remember all that, but yet I never used it on my finances. It makes absolutely no sense to me today. Why I didn't see it? I mean, it, of course, it's after the fact now that I'm out of the debt matrix, but it makes me upset. You're going to go through that phase. Okay. You're going to go through about a year of it. I promise you, because you won't be able to help but to go back and think about all the stuff you finance. You're going to think about how many times you sat at the car finance table signing all those papers for that depreciating shiny thing that they park right in front of you so you can look at it through the window the whole time, only thinking that that's the only one in the whole United States. You're going to think about you're going to think about how you prepared yourself to be at the car lot for 8 hours for one car. Now you understand they only do that to people in the debt matrix. You get what I'm saying? Those are feelings. You're going to get over it. Remember, you're on the other side. Those are natural things that's going to happen. You're going to think about the house you financed wrong and the people you loan money to and the tires you finance and the furniture. You're going to go through all that, okay? Now now that you're on the other side, zero is the foundation. Zero means you are free. Not that you're broke. It means you're free now. Now you can build. Now you got the solid right here. Now the only place to go is up. Okay? All right. That's the end of the core of the video. So if you came for the meat, there you go. All right. You can leave now. Now I'm going to do the second half of what I always do, answer all the questions, say hello to everybody. This is one of my favorite parts too. Okay. So let me get my notes out the way so I can say hello to everybody. Get that out the way. All right. Get that out the way too. Okay. That out the way too. All right. All right. Jennifer, hello. I will be debt free in 2020. Hard work and sacrifice. I love your vids. So informative. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. William, I see you, man. I'll be seeing you on my Instagram. I'll be seeing you. Fresh Prince, thanks to you, I realized, Fresh Prince CEO, thanks to you, I realized the value of most things are mostly overpriced and can be found. Hey, Fresh Prince CEO, it's only worth what you believe it's worth. It's not, don't even look at it as overpriced. It's really just worth what you believe it's worth, right? It's really nothing more than that. Anything. And imagine this. Now that you know it's overpriced, now you know it's only worth whatever you believe it's worth. Imagine before when you financed it. Okay? Just think about it. Okay? And that's important. Now just think about it. Think about the things you financed that you already knew. Now you know that's overpriced. Imagine all the stuff they threw in there when they financed it and blah, blah, blah. Here you are. Check it out. Fresh Prince. You walk in, you sit down, and you crossing your fingers, hoping to be legally attached to this depreciating object. You're just crossing your fingers and hoping they come back with approved. You see what I'm saying? You think about it now, you're like, holy crap, I can't believe I embarrassed myself like that. Okay, and that's okay. Reality of Fitness, salute. Hello, sir. Best version motivation. Hello, welcome. Reality of Fitness, welcome. Hyphy, yeah. Hey, so if you've just now come in to the room here, I'm done with the main subject, and as you see the title, if you have any questions of what I just talked about, maybe you're not clear about the language of debt-free versus debt. Hey, you can ask now. You can ask any other questions too. This Life After Debt series has really become popular because when you become debt-free, it's like, okay, I did what it took to get here. I sacrificed. I stopped listening to people in the debt matrix. Hey, please don't forget to like this video. Get those likes up, please. I appreciate it, right? Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. You really do get to the other side and you're like, now what? Now what do I do? Do I invest, or do I do in this? That's why I created these series of videos, because there's still some things that maybe you hadn't found along your journey, the things you couldn't see, because it's gonna constantly keep happening. Okay, it's not gonna end. And if I can help you max out what you don't see in your personal finances, you're going to naturally carry that over to your business side of finances. If you start a business, you're going to naturally carry those same habits over there, because just because a person makes a lot of money doesn't mean they could still be stuck in the debt matrix. Okay. They could still be stuck there. Even if they're making hundreds of thousands, even millions, they could still be stuck in the debt matrix and not know it. Okay. Imagine the debt matrix is a big ship or a boat, right? And there's different levels. There's the poor, the middle class, and the rich. The wealthy already understand that it's not about money. Wealth is owning the majority of the time in your life, if not all. Okay, so that's why they're on a separate boat. Okay, that's where I'm headed. I'm trying to get my own boat. Okay, now here's the boat. There's different levels, but they're still on the SS. They're still on the SS in debt. Okay, let's call that boat the SS in debt. They're still on that boat. They don't know they're on that boat. They're just on different levels. Like the rich inside, they're at the top level, right? They're only impressing the people under them on the boat because they have more money. So the people that are under them naturally look to them as if they have the answer, or they because they're rich, they're free. But it doesn't work like that, you know? It's a mental state. The majority of people, say for example, let me give you an example. And you guys can use this example so you can see what I mean. That it's crazy. Okay, use this example. Okay, and I've done this just to see the answers. Now, I put out a question that said just like this. Okay, if a person had $100,000 in student loan debt and they inherited $80,000, and I put it in the form of a question and put it on Facebook just to see the answers. If you have $100,000 in student loan debt and you inherited $80,000, what would you do? Now, outside the debt matrix, using math, okay, 80,000 minus 100,000 is negative 20,000. Okay, they're still in the hole. According to math, they're still in the hole. I put that question out there. You should have saw how many answers I got back. Oh, I would take part of this, put a little bit on the student loan. I'll take the rest and invest over here, this and that, and blah. Oh, so many answers when there's only one answer. There is only one. You put the whole 80 because you're still negative 20. You can't invest in anything else except the student loan. You cannot invest negative $20,000 into anything. This is just what math says. Math says that. Math is clear. People said, oh, I could do this and put it there and do it. I said, how do you do all that with negative 20,000? and they still, even though they know my math is right, they still argue with it. It doesn't. That's how you know that they're only speaking debt. Fresh Prince CEO, my bad, missed the last live. I was watching an older video you had posted at the time of the live and missed. That's all right, man. Hey, that's all right. That's cool. I know you. Hey, you just. I know you speak it, Fresh Prince. All right, Fresh Prince CEO. I know you speak it already. All right. I just, like I told you, man. I just filled in the pieces, just filled in the gaps. You were missing a couple of debt-free words here, a couple of debt-free words there. You just, oh, that means that, not that. That means that, not that. Right? Exactly. That's it. That's cool. Solo TV 84. Hello. What's good? How you doing? Welcome. You caught one of my lives. Hey, you let me know. I'm ready for you. All right. Ready for the interview anytime. I knew what you meant. I knew you. I was like, hey, he's got broken English. No, I'm just joking. He's Spanish? No. But welcome, Fresh Prince CEO. I know you know. It's just check it out, Fresh Prince. When you're outside the debt matrix, it's clear to see, and you'll experience this too, man. It's clear to see who's going in the right direction and what's throwing them off. Okay, because I know, like when I first talked to you, I could see which way you were going. I could see it. But you're like, but this, this, that, and this. And I said, hey, fill in the sentences. It's like, imagine a sentence with words missing out of it, right? I just put in the words, and you made the connection because you knew the math added up. That's it. You knew I wasn't lying about anything because the math made sense. And I love that you went and checked with some professionals. Thank you, man. Thank you. I didn't even take no offense to it. Not even bragging. I already knew I was right what I was saying. I wasn't wrong, but I didn't take it that way because doing that is more for you. Doing that and you telling me, I'd like to tell other people what you did. Fresh Prince CEO took the knowledge that I shared with him and double checked with a professional. Great. That's what I like. Do that. It helps solidify me. See what I'm saying? Good morning, health, weight, and real talk. Good morning. I love it when you say that, man. I listen to you at work. Wow, that's cool, man. First, okay, Snuggles, what do you use for cell phone? I use, right now I have a Note 8, and the service I use is redpocketmobile.com, okay? Red Pocket Mobile. Do you use companies or do you use prepaid? Well, Snuggles, prepaid. This is what because a lot of people don't know what prepaid is. Prepaid are companies that go to the bigger companies like Verizon, T-Mobile, all the big names, and they say, hey, I want to buy this. I want to buy a whole bunch of minutes and data from you in bulk, and then they resell it to people like us that understand and know that the regular prices of cell phones has been over for years. Those days of $100+ $100+ a month cell phones, $80 a month cell phone with all those taxes on the bill. Those days have been over for at least 6 or 7 years, long gone. Okay. But the majority of people just don't know that. And they'll never know that as long as they keep financing cell phones. That's why people don't know this. Okay. Okay, Snuggles. This is why they keep people in the cycle of recycling cell phones, because so they can never get out of that loop. People are upside down in cell phones now. People believe if they go to the cell phone company that they're really getting another one for free. They really believe that. Whatever. I'm not mad at the cell phone companies, but Snuggles, those days of high-priced cell phone bills have been over for years. Okay? StraightTalk.com, TotalWireless.com, RedPocketMobile.com, Cricket Wireless. Many people don't even know AT&T owns Cricket Wireless. They just don't say anything because they don't want people to get help. That's it. Nothing more than that. All right, Solo TV, what up, Reality Fitness? Okay, piece of Reality Fitness. Visible is a great prepaid. Visible is a great prepaid that Verizon. Okay, I got to check that out, Tavoris. I haven't heard of Visible. All right, that's it. Got to check that out. I'm going to write that down because I always look for new ones. And let me see, visible. Nope, not that. Please don't forget to like this video. Please, please, please like, subscribe. Please don't forget to donate. I have a donation link under each and every video. Please continue to put notes in there of what I've done for you, of how I've opened your eyes or changed your financial life. Man, that means a lot to me, man, because let me tell you how I look at it. I always want to say this to you. To have a total stranger because in order for somebody to, just give somebody $5 and write a note, I had to reach them first, right? That's the same with me. I donate to people that reach me. Hey, man, you said something to me that clicked with me. It connect with my life. Here's $5. Here's $10, whatever. From a total stranger. They don't know me. You guys just know me here, okay? A lot of people know AT&T on Cricket because it says AT&T and Cricket Wireless. Does it not? Well, yeah, I'm just saying a lot of people don't know. They know Cricket's on AT&T. They don't know AT&T owns Cricket. Okay. Like, for example, Red Pocket Mobile, you can choose your provider. You can choose AT&T. You can choose Verizon. You can choose Sprint. You can choose T-Mobile, right? But those companies don't own Red Pocket Mobile. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Stop making short videos. I'm not making short videos. Snuggles, what do you mean? I'm still on. We're still going. You mean the core subject? You mean don't shorten the core subject or what? Bailey Ray, hello, welcome. Thank you. I hope you subscribed. I hope you like. I am trying to get a prepaid cell phone. Which one do you? No, forgot to mention this to you, Snuggles. Okay. You can bring your own cell phone. You don't have to buy. Don't think about prepaid service back when it first came out, because I can tell by the way you're talking, you're thinking it's the same prepaid when it first came out. It's not like that, okay? You can buy whatever phone you want and bring it to this service. You just have to own your phone. So what I do is this. Any phone I want, I get on Amazon, I type in, like, for example, my Note 8. I type in refurbished Note 8, and then I get on there. They have all the same guarantees, all whatever. And then I buy my refurbished phone off of Amazon with all the same guarantees. And then I put it on the service that I choose to. So I suggest this: figure out what service works better in your home area and choose that service. Like right where I live, Verizon works the best. So I chose Red Pocket Mobile, like I said, because I can choose which network I want to. That's the lovely part about it. That's lovely, man. So you just choose. Okay. Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate that. Like. Free 30-minute consultation at deadaintmydaddy@gmail.com. Leave a date, time, your phone number, and a brief overview of your financial situation. So when we get on that consultation, I'm in East Coast time zone, by the way. When we get on that consultation, we just get straight into it. Okay. Explain Red Pocket Mobile. Just go to redpocketmobile.com. They got all the stuff up there. Okay. All right. And then they show you the plans. They tell you what you got to do, and people that switch over, I sell those plans on how to do it. So I suggest you just go to redpocketmobile.com, read all how they work, and it'll just work. You'll see. It's not that difficult. You're just going to go over there, choose a plan. You buy their SIM. They send you a SIM. The SIM is usually free, if not a couple dollars. You buy their service. You can transfer your number over to their SIM. They mail the SIM. Once you get it there, you transfer your number over to their SIM. Put it in your phone. Boom, you're done. Okay, it's really that simple. All right. So yeah. Oh yeah, they're just ain't nothing wrong with them. Don't be fooled by the word refurbished, Bailey. Please don't be fooled by the word refurbished. Okay, don't. That's people. Check it out. The people in the debt matrix, they say things like this: "Oh man, I ain't gonna go with that prepaid cheap service. What if the phone goes out? What if the phone service is not as good? It's exactly the same. Nothing's different. Nothing's different. It's the same carriers, Verizon, AT&T. Everything's the same. I've been on it for years. There's so many to choose from right now. The main people that are out of debt, they understand how it works. I'm not ever paying I'm not going directly to Verizon and pay for that expensive service. I'm not doing that. That's insanity, because like if you're on regular prepaid service right now, when you get your bill, you see all those taxes that come on that bill? There's a ton of taxes on that bill. Prepaid service has none of those. None of those. None. None of those taxes. So when you go to the regular, you go directly to AT&T or you go directly to Verizon, they say, hey, you get on this plan. This plan is $75 a month, right? Yes, $75 a month, plus all them damn taxes that you see on that bill. Those days are gone. Been gone. Okay. Ethiopified, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, I appreciate that. Dude, you just hit me to a whole new debt. Snuggles, this is what I do, man. Like I said, Snuggles, check it out. I have several plans. My first plan that I sell to clients is the one just based on creating a financially free plan. Yes, you got to pay to get out of your debt. A plan to do that based on your credit report. The second one, I have one that's based on your credit report, and then the things how to save you money outside of your credit report, the things that most people don't know, like phone plans, cable, car insurance, you name it. So I just ask what you're paying. I see what you're paying. I say, hey, you can save here. And the money you save from the outside things outside of your credit report, the money you save, you apply that to your debt and you pay it off even faster. So that combined with your regular paycheck and the money you're saving on the other stuff that you didn't even know about, the faster you get out of debt, period. That's how it works, man. Snuggles, I got a ton. Okay. It's not just, hey, do this plan. That's it. If you choose that, great. Okay. Some people just want that plan. They say, hey, I just don't know how much debt I'm in. I just need a list. I put it in the order. How should I pay it? This is how you do it. Here's the order. There you go. All right. That's it. But I know once I talk to the person that when the person calls me, I know which plan to apply to them. Okay. All right. I know which one. All right. Okay, thanks. I've been wondering about that forever. Hey, you're welcome, Bailey. You're welcome. Yeah, don't be fooled by the other people in the debt matrix that say, oh man, I ain't getting no refurbs. They're pieces of junk, this and that, and blah. No, they're not. I've been doing it for years. No, it's not. And and personally, I've never gotten a bad phone, a refurbished phone off of Amazon. Never, right? But if it happened to be that way, I would just send it back and Amazon will send me another one. It's not even a big deal. No different than buying a new phone. No different. I might have to give you my Gmail account so I can talk to you face to face. Well, I am in South Carolina, so I don't know how you're going to do that. All you got to do is email me and we can set up an appointment. DTN, welcome, welcome. Well, I send you, what I do, Snuggles, is send you an invoice. If you want to sign up for my service, you email me the information of when you want the time and date. I have people put in a little bit of work. Email me a date and time that you want us to talk to me. We talk on the phone. We discuss what we're going to discuss. And then if you say, hey, LJ, I want to work with you. I send you an invoice. You pay it. Once I receive that you paid it, and we go to the next steps. That's how it works. I don't have CashApp. I don't do that. Is that pretty clear what I'm saying, Snuggles? If not, just let me know and just say it. And here, like I said, if it's not clear, just say, hey, Linnell, that wasn't clear. That's cool. I don't mind that. Thank you, Red Shark. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Now, for those of you that follow me closely, you'll start seeing that I'm transitioning from Debt Ain't My Daddy to Savings Minus Debt. Okay, and this is why, right? One thing you don't really know, not yet, Bailey. I'm transitioning right now. I own the domains to both, but I want to make sure. What's crazy, Bailey? This is what a lot of people. Well, I didn't understand. When you go from the working world to the selling world to the business world, right? I know it seems like you just get out here and then you just sell, right? Just, hey, people buy. But I've learned that people must trust you first before they're going to buy anything. So you can put up a website and have a ton of great products and, hey, buy this plan. But if you guys didn't know me and trust me, you can go to my website all day. You wouldn't buy anything because you don't know me. You don't trust me, right? Now that I'm starting to build this trust, I'm going to invest in a website. So it'll be up soon. I'm just saying, but I was just putting my cart in front of the horse at first. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm doing it, so now I have people just going directly to me. And what I was saying before is like, Debt Ain't My Daddy some people thought it was funny. Some people take offense to it. Hey, that ain't my daddy. What are you talking about? I got a house and car, and they can misconstrue that in many different ways, right? Savings minus debt. Like my slogan is more like savings minus debt, but savings minus debt can apply to anything. You can't take offense to it because it's just math. What are you going to do? What are you going to be mad at math because the math is right? You see what I'm saying? Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Savings minus debt equals financial freedom. Savings minus debt equals how much you have in retirement. Savings minus debt, how much you're contributing to it. It equals everything. It fits everything, and it's feelingless, right? You just look at it like when I put it on shirts. I'm gonna put it on shirts. I'm gonna put like right now. Check this out. Check this out. If you Google, if you Google that, I'm the only one that's going to come up. You see what I'm saying? If you Google that right now, I am the only one that's going to show up. Maybe a line or two of something else, but the majority is me. That alone tells me something huge. That should show you guys something huge. Something so simple. Savings minus debt. Something so simple. And you Google that, I'm the only one that shows up. I have found something so easy, something that everybody can relate to. That's why I'm moving to it, because that ain't my daddy. People can just do all kind of stuff, just take it wrong. Savings minus debt. You can't take it wrong. It's mathematics. What do you do? What are you being math? You being mad at math? You're mad at because 1 + 1 = 2? You can't be. See what I'm saying? Saw you on O'Shea first. Advice was direct and real. Good to see Black. Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate that. A lot of people coming on from O'Shea, man, they seeing that. And I know the way I speak, the right people will hear it. You got to be ready to hear what I speak. When I'm talking like this, you guys probably understand what I'm saying right now. I guarantee you, if you sent my videos or links to somebody that don't understand, they're going to call me stupid. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It can't be that simple. He's wrong. Who is he? Does he have a master's degree, PhD in mathematics? All that. And that's okay. Invite them to my channel. If they can come on here and converse with me respectfully on my channel, I welcome them all. I want them to come in here and say, hey, L, I disagree with you. They can't just say it. You got to show me with some math. You got to show me something why you disagree. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Fresh Prince CEO, how do you divide up your paycheck to handle debt, pay bills, and still live all right for most people? How do you divide up your paycheck to handle debt and pay bills and still? Well, Fresh Prince, I put their bills. Well, you can't see. Well, it's different for you, Fresh Prince, but the average person, they have a lot of debt, right? And then I put them in order, no different than Dave Ramsey. I put from smallest to the largest. Okay, heavy on the smallest, minimums on the rest, and then as they pay them off, they have more money for the next debt. More money, right? But also, people don't really realize the psychological part of doing it that way, because what most people don't realize is that when they're in debt, they have a lot of due dates to keep track of, many due dates. Once you keep paying off every debt and closing it, that's one less due date you have to keep track of. Each one you pay off, one less. And then all of a sudden, once they're free, they're like, I don't have nothing to keep track of anymore. Maybe rent, a light bill, and one credit card. That's it. Okay. LJ, do you follow the percentage rule for rents, mortgage? For example, I've heard people say to spend 1/4 of net income to rent. Blah. No, I don't. Because once you're financially free, you really don't have to follow all those measurement rules. You really don't have to. You'll know exactly how much money you have. Because you learn, LT, when you get out of debt, you learn along the way, okay? Once you're financially free, you'll know what to do. For example, let me give you an example, LT, okay? They say, hey, spend 1/4 on rent, this and that. Okay. If I go rent a place, and usually it's a year-long lease, this is what I would say. I would say, hey, can I get a couple months off if I pay the whole year right now today? I've had nobody turn me down for that. Nobody. So how do you factor that in? You can't. When you're financially free. Now I got 2 months free rent out of the whole year lease. So if the rent was $1,000 a month, I just saved myself $2,000 compared to everybody else in the complex. You're no longer part of. So when those numbers right there, you're presenting LT, that's for the average. The average, when you hear the average is millions upon millions of people making the same financial decisions as one. Once you get out of debt, you're no longer part of the average. So all those figures, they really don't even matter. You don't really care about this. Hey, put 15% in your retirement. That's for the average. Okay, you're no longer part of the average. Cool. Hey, keep at it, LT, and you keep on my channel, man. You'll learn some stuff now when you get to zero. Okay, like for example, once you're out of debt, LT, you can't go to the average person and say, "Hey, guess what? My net worth is zero now." They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. What do you mean zero? You're announcing that you're broke? But no, they don't understand that you're free. The people in the debt matrix won't understand what you're saying, but people here will. Got it? Snuggles, your channel need to get bigger because your preaching is amazing. I don't think people understand the concept of how easy that's Snuggles. I'm telling you this, check it out. That's the secret. That's the secret. The secret is that it's not a secret. It's simple. That's the secret. I'm telling you, Snuggles, somebody invented this system, a family, somebody designed it. What I'm telling you guys is not in books. Because first of all, why would you write I'm probably going to write a book anyway, but why would you put it this way. Writing a book that nobody even knows to look for is not going to be a great seller. People don't even know to look for the book that I would write. See what I'm saying? They don't even know. Only people, even like, for example, some like you guys come in this room and the majority of people say, "Hey, I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't ask nobody. Nobody could just tell me." So how do you know? What would you say to yourself? Let me go to Barnes and Nobles and look for a book that I can't put my finger on. You see what I'm saying? You can't. That's the difficult part about it, but it's hidden in plain sight. Whoever invented this, I'm telling you, this person is a genius. This family is a genius. None of it's a secret. Hello, Jennifer. Bailey, very relatable. F the hate. Hey, just Bailey. Even that right there is a feeling. They just don't know because it's all a choice. You choose to believe math or you don't. It's really that simple. You choose to believe math or don't believe math. It's totally up to you. Snuggles, quick question. How can you convince Black people who don't have a lot of money how this can be helpful to them? That is a very good question, Snuggles. And this is how I say. I just show with math, okay? Because this is what you do, Snuggles. You show them with math. Let them punch the same numbers you're punching in your calculator. Let them punch those same numbers in their calculator. The math is never going to lie. So if they disagree with you, you say, "Are you disagreeing with your own math?" They're going to be confused, but that's going to be the clicking mechanism for them, okay? They're going to be confused, but that's how you do it. That's how math is how you're going to bring them out of the debt matrix. They're going to say, everybody else is not doing nobody's doing what you're saying, Linnell, but your math is right. Then they're going to go home and sleep on it. How come I don't believe my own math? It's going to repeating over and over in their head, and then something's going to click, hopefully. Okay. Are you under the assumption that Black people have a lot of money? If you don't mind me, Snuggles, it's like this. What I teach is colorblind. Okay. I don't black, white. It's none of that. Okay. Whoever invented this put that out there to make people believe it has something to do with that. No, it doesn't have anything to do. The only color that should matter, debt is the colorblind slave master. The only thing it sees is green. Okay. The only thing it sees is green. You're welcome, Jennifer. Our car. Okay. A question: what should you do about a residential home in Los Angeles that have a portion you have that option of selling, but you know that gentrification is on the rise. I say like this, Bailey, okay? And I'm gonna try to describe this the best way I can. First, if somebody asked me that question like you're asking, I would first find out what type of mortgage do they have? I know it doesn't seem like it's relevant, but it is. What type of mortgage do you have on that residence? Okay. That's the first thing I'm going to ask, because I want to remove that factor, because trust me, those factors are distractions. Okay. Those are distractions. That's the first question. I know it doesn't make sense, but it does. There's a bigger picture that people in debt cannot see. Not saying that you're in debt, but I'm saying there's a big picture that debt's a lot of noise. Debt will blind you to the things that are really going on. There's a bunch of confusion. There's a bunch of noise when you're in the debt matrix, because everybody's yelling different things. Do this, do that, black, white. This is why you can't sell that, this and that. It's a bunch of different things. Debt is the new slavery. Oh, debt been slavery for years, Red Shark. That ain't nothing new about that. There ain't nothing new about that. Young Jeezer. So pay off all your debt before you buy a house, and we should put down 20%. Check it out, Young Jeezer. I'm gonna rephrase your question, okay? I'm gonna rephrase what you're saying, okay? Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. So now you tell me, what should you do first? Or what, and matter of fact, what is the only thing you can do first? Okay. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. Now you tell me what are your options? Okay. It's really that simple. But the 20% or more down, yeah, later down the line, yeah, that's the only way. The only mortgage you get, Young Jeezer, the only mortgage you get is the best mortgage on the market. Nothing below it. Nothing. Okay? DTN, I just had the argument with my sister about saving minus debt. She still was clueless. Exactly. Ulysses, what I keep telling you, you're speaking debt free. Remember the Charlie Brown voice? This is what she hears. The Charlie Brown teacher voice. This is what she hears. Wah, 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 wah. I'm telling you, that's what she's hearing. Snuggles, what's the name of that prepaid phone company again? Well, there's several. But the one I use is Red Pocket Mobile. But it counts on Snuggles. It counts on who do you prefer? Okay, tell me that. Who do you prefer? And I'll tell you who to go to. Do you prefer Verizon, T-Mobile, blah, blah, blah? Hey, Bailey, it's only grade school math too. It's just grade school math. Nothing fancy, no calculus, no plus and minus. And you don't even need, hey, Bailey, you don't even need to know math. Open up the calculator app on your phone. You don't even need to know math. Health, weight, and real talk. I'm starting to follow the Dave Ramsey plan, but I still want to add extra to the big bills while paying the large ones. It's like an itch. Well, that's a health, weight, and real talk. That's conditioning, because that's mathematically impossible. Okay. I know you want to do that. That's a natural, but hey, I still want to pay on because you're missing the psychological part of it. If you follow the plan, the psychological part, you will see them bills start to disappear faster and faster and faster and faster and faster when you do it one at a time. What up, Fred? Long time no see, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. You must have been busy. Dude, it's like an itch I need to scratch. What do you think? Yeah, well, like I said, health, weight, and real talk. You got to follow the plan. Trust me, it works. It works. I promise you it works. Don't fall for the conditioning. The conditioning mind. If you've been in the debt matrix all your life, understand this. You only speak debt. You're conditioned by the matrix. Break it. You just follow it. Trust. And the way you're going to break it, health, weight, and real talk, trust math. Trust your math. As soon as you start to get confused about something, well, maybe if I do this, check your math. See if your math agrees with what you're thinking in your mind. If it doesn't agree with math, don't do it. What's up, Snow? You're right. and so simple. The ones that in the debt matrix will call you crazy, or they'll say, "Or you could have done it yourself." Exactly. They always say that when I help somebody and they share it with somebody else, they're like, "Is that all he did? Oh, you could have did that yourself." Oh, really? Really? Are you doing it? But you can't say that. If you want to keep your friends and family, you can't say things like that. Okay. Bailey, it's property. It's property that may be given to me. Okay. It may be given to you. Okay. All right. Ooh, given to you, like free and clear, like you own the title given to you, like that. Free and clear, Bailey. Oh man, if that's true, oh man, you got a big start right there. Oh my God, you starting out the game right. Are you debt free, Bailey? Okay, that's my next question. Are you debt free? What I used to have is T-Mobile, but I hear Verizon because of the towers. They have a lot more. So I would say like this. Okay, this is a good company if you go with Verizon. Okay. If you're Verizon, I'd go with them. Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate it. Get those likes up, please, please, please. I have a donation link under each and every video. If you feel like, toss me a couple dollars, and like I said, leave why you're doing it, okay? Because that helps me, that inspires me to keep doing these videos as much as I do. I'm always on here, man. This is my passion, first of all. I wouldn't stop doing it anyway, but this is my passion. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions about the title of this video? Maybe it doesn't make sense to you. What does that mean? You know, zero. Doesn't zero mean you're broke? You probably think that. A lot of people think that. If you got your finances out of the red and into zero, and you told the average person in the debt matrix, "Hey, my net worth is zero," they're gonna be like, "What?" And you're happy about that? They finally allow you to bring any phone over to that yet? Michael, what does that mean? That means your finances are no longer in the red. Okay. Right now, if you add up all your savings, add up all your debt, savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that number's in the negative, that means your finances are below zero. That means they're in the red. That means under zero. You have to get out of the red. You must pay all that debt off, bringing it up to zero. Once you get to zero, you build up from there, getting your finances in the black. That's what it means. All that matters is who's closer to zero. Okay. When you're getting out of debt. All right. Not when you're out of debt. You know, you're getting zero is the foundation, Michael. Zero is what you build wealth on. You have to create a foundation first. That's what I do. That's my business. I help people get to zero. I help people get out of debt, create the foundation, learn the language of debt free. Because I promise you, Michael, if you've been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. I'll give you an example. Millions of people believe they are homeowners while having a mortgage. Okay. They call themselves homeowners every day when math will clearly show that they're not. Okay. Math will say, hey, you're not a homeowner until you pay this house off and then you own the home. But why do people still believe they're homeowners? Because they speak debt. See what I'm saying? Or when people go to a phone company and say, hey, I'm here to get a buy one, get one free phone. They really believe they're getting a phone for free when math will clearly show that they're not, but yet they still believe they got it for free. See what I'm saying? That's the language of debt. Speaking debt versus debt free. Snuggle, the concept of zero, I understood, but I never really thought about it. But thank you for at least giving us that. Yeah, hey, Snuggles, me neither. Like I want everybody to understand this. I will be 50 years old next month. Okay. I didn't wake up till age 40. And how I woke up, just like you guys are probably in this room. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Anybody around me, I couldn't really even ask. I wouldn't even know what to ask them. But I knew it wasn't right. And you know, I would see my friends, they might have a bigger house or a nicer car, but I knew they still couldn't answer my question because they were still making car payments. Like, for example, you're right. It's a conditioning, right? It's conditioned, right? So if you give people believe like it's a mentality thing, right? So if somebody in the debt matrix comes into a lot of money, all they're going to do is believe that they're going to go get a bigger house because they believe they can afford a larger mortgage, not realizing that they're still in the debt matrix. They haven't changed a thing. They just go, oh man, I'm making more money, I can get a bigger house, that means I can afford a larger mortgage. They're still in the debt matrix. They're not changing anything but getting worse. They're actually going deeper, because people that come into more money or get a huge raise, right? They don't realize they're just raising themselves in the tax bracket where they're paying more in taxes, but what they're also doing is raising their debt at the same time. But they don't know that. Why? Because they're speaking debt. So that's why it doesn't matter when you give a person with the debt mentality more money. They don't know what to do with it. They just continue to be broke because they don't know anything else. See what I'm saying? It's just conditioning. That's all. Math will clearly show that. Everybody in this room, math will show you the answer. This is why my new name is so simplified. Savings minus debt equals financial freedom. When I put that on my shirts, it's going to get people to ask that question, savings minus debt. And then they're going to look to the back and say, equals financial freedom. What does that mean? Just like Michael asked, he said, what does zero mean? I want people to ask those kind of questions. It grabs people. Like Daddy and my daddy, people like, you guys will be surprised, man. People take offense to it. What do you mean, Dad ain't my daddy? Dad ain't my daddy either. I'm not even in debt. This and that and this. It's just too much controversy. Savings minus debt is simple, straight to the point, makes people ask, and I can just tell them, oh, it's just this. It's just that. It's just math, whatever, right? And it gets people to say, wow, I never looked at it that way. Because like I said before, just like if you said, hey, man, if you heard what I was saying, and then you finally got out of debt and you finally got to zero, you can't announce to the world, you can't get on Facebook and say, hey, everybody congratulate me, I just got to zero. Everybody on Facebook would look at you like you're nuts. But let somebody get on there and say, hey, I just got a promotion, I deserved a new car, so I went out and financed a new car. They put themselves back in $40,000 worth of debt, and everybody's congratulating them on Facebook. They don't know what they're saying because they're in the debt matrix and their minds are conditioned. So you got a promotion. You can't say this, okay? If you want to keep your Facebook friends and family. So you're saying you got a promotion and you celebrated by going $40,000 in debt with a new car? Congratulations. That's what I'm. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I knew something was wrong when my pops asked me, did I want to finance a car or move out and get my own apartment? I'm like, car loan? 3 months later, his boss sold a truck for $1,000. I had my first ride. Nice, man. I mean, especially at your age, Ulysses, DTM professional cleaning, especially at your age to not fall for that. You know what I'm saying? Because just because somebody's older than you or just because they're your parents, they might have the debt mentality. Okay. And if they have the debt mentality and you're young, you look up to people, if they got a nice car, they got a nice house, you would automatically assume that they must be doing something right because they got the new Cadillac Escalade. So they must can afford it, or else they wouldn't have it, right? That's just a natural process. Okay. That's just normal. But unless you know how they got that car, if somebody rolled up to you with a brand new car and they pull out the title to that mug, okay, they're doing something right because they have the title to it. But if they're just making payments, that's the bank's car. That's the bank's car. And guess what I just figured out? I think I shared this with a few people yesterday. They have loans, car loans up to 144 months now. That is 12 years. 12 years. I'm gonna give you guys this link if you don't believe me. Watch this. You guys, it's going to blow your mind. Blow your mind. 12 years paying on a car, but check it out. If they didn't, if people were not doing it, they would not offer it. Okay. Here we go. So you guys can see this. Check that out. Check it out. Come to accept some people will never get out of debt matrix because they will never understand the debt matrix. Hyphy. I always say this too. Please don't forget to like this video. Like. Hyphy. In order for us to remain free, in order for the system to work, Hyphy, the majority of people must stay in the debt matrix. If everybody knew what I'm sharing with you guys, the whole system would break. It would crack. And I'm not saying that to brag or saying that because I'm some financial guru. No, somebody designed the system to be that way, made it so simple that people won't believe it. It can't be that simple because there's been a whole bunch of people out there calling the secret to becoming rich is a secret when it's not a secret. It's just math, right? But we need them to stay in the debt matrix for us to be free. Okay. Lost my truck keys Friday. It's a $200 replacement with the locksmiths. My pops told me to go to a few dealerships in town. Most likely someone would finance me a ride. I'm like, no. Wow. Ulysses, he doesn't know what he's saying. That's why you just got to go. You got to go. Okay. You can't say anything. The majority of people do not know. And you're right. Reality of Fitness, 12 years a slave. Remember the movie? 12 years a slave with a car. Click on that link, you guys. Click on that link. You don't believe me? Look at it. They wouldn't offer it if it wasn't working, if people wasn't doing it. Zero means you are free. If it was easy, everybody would do it, you guys. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But the key is, Quentin, hello. If the key is this, first you must know. First you must know. And then you have to put in the pain to pay it off. Now that you realize what you've done to yourself financially, now you got to go through the pain of paying back what you've already spent. Okay. So, because this is what you're doing. Listen, I want you guys to listen to the way I say things because it is what I'm saying. Okay. It is. When you finance a car, you're promising money from your future. You're promising money that doesn't even exist yet to something, some entity, the bank, whatever. That money doesn't even exist. And the only way for you to earn that money is using the time in your life. So you must use the time in your life. Time is not, you can't get it back. There's never, you can't borrow any, that's something that's the most valuable thing on earth. You must use the time in your life to earn the money that doesn't exist yet, that's promised to something or somebody else. You see, do you hear the way I just said that? If you remember that, you will never finance another thing in your life. That money doesn't even exist. Now listen to this. Money doesn't exist for those who are in debt. Now, if you don't understand this is what I'm going to say to you so you can get it. If you have $50,000 in student loan debt and you had $1,000 cash in your pocket, according to math, 1,000 minus 50,000 is negative 49,000. So the $1,000 that you believe is in your hand is not there. You believe it's there because you can physically touch it. You can go buy an Xbox with it. You can go buy some food. You can buy a hammer. You can buy some shoes, but it doesn't exist for you. Money doesn't exist. Whether you believe that or not is 100% irrelevant to math. Okay? I hope you guys are listening to what I'm saying. Quentin, question, is better to rent or pay mortgage? Good. Those are good questions. And I give people the most simplified answer. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a mortgage. Now you tell me, what choice do you have? Tell me your choices. Okay. Anybody, that's not just specifically to Quentin, because I hear that question all the time. Should I be paying rent instead of mortgage because this and that, and because the rent's same as the mortgage? This is all you got to do to avoid all the people, because you don't know who's telling you that. You don't know if that person's deep in debt that's giving you that information. This is all you got to do. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a mortgage. If your finances are in the negative, you have absolutely no choice but to rent. You have no choice. There's no choice. There's no choice. See how easy that was? Do you guys see how simple I'm making this? Now, this is what I want you to catch though. If you're listening to me and you're having a hard time believing what I'm saying, I want you to pay close attention to that. Tune in on that, okay? Tune in why you're struggling with that, okay? Even though you know my math is right, you're still having a trouble believing it. That's the conditioning in the debt matrix. The glitch in the debt matrix is this. You know the math is right, but yet you don't believe it. That's the glitch. I hope you guys are catching that. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Okay? All right, Hyphy. If you're agreeing to a 144-month car loan, two things almost certain. You're coming into the loan with bad credit, which means higher APR, and you have no money. Check it out, Hyphy. First of all, if you're financing a car, period, you don't know. Okay? Don't even worry about the months yet. If you're cracking your lips to say, I want to finance this shiny depreciating object with interest, you don't know, because by signing those papers, let's not even get to the months yet. By signing those papers, you are legally tying yourself to the bank, your job, and this depreciating car. Okay. Okay. Now, when you really don't know, now you start talking about months, 60 months, 80 months, 84 months, 96 months, 144 months. And do you know why they say it in months? Because 144 months doesn't sound like 12 years. People don't even understand why they use months, because if they use years, people would probably start clicking like, damn, if I sign this car for 60 months, I'm attached to this car for 5 years? Let me think twice. But if you put it in months, they don't calculate it because people are too lazy in the debt matrix. They don't understand. You can just Google everything I'm saying. Hey, you want to sign up for a 60-month car loan? All you got to do is say 60 months in years. Oh, that's 5 years. No, thank you. See what I'm saying? Fresh Prince CEO. I know it's crazy, but once you're out of the debt matrix, it's lovely. It's no longer crazy for you. It's lovely. Especially when you start a business, it's lovely. I got a kid that I've been mentoring in Seattle. I met him in the gym. Okay. This kid is 23. He's a multimillionaire right now. He owns his own little small car lot. He's a multimillionaire right now, selling cars. And I taught him how to do everything debt free. He's a multi-millionaire. I'm gonna have him on as a guest so you guys can do, if he agrees with. First I gotta ask him, because maybe he don't want people to know that he's a multimillionaire. So I don't want to say that. But hopefully he'll agree to it. I want to bring him on here so you guys can see that I'm not just bull crapping, man. This guy is killing it. We be going back and forth with text messages all the time. He's like, man, I got people coming in your age, Linnell, and they still don't know. I know age doesn't matter. The debt matrix don't care about your age. Debt is an equal opportunity slave master. It doesn't care your color, race, boy, woman, transgender, gay, straight. It don't care, because all it sees is green, period. Linnell, what do you say? DTN. What do you say to the people that may need a motor replacement on an old car, but they have the money to get it fixed? They feel the only thing they do is, oh yeah, hey, put a new motor in your car. This is what I say to that. How much is the motor? 5,000. How much is the new car? 30,000. Now you tell me which one makes sense to you? 30,000 or 5,000? 5,000. The reason why they look at that, Ulysses, because they don't have 5,000 because they're in debt. So they listen to the other people in the debt matrix. Oh, that car is old. What if you break down? This and that. They just have a ton of excuses. All they're doing is convincing themselves to work themselves up to go to the car lot to sit for 8 hours to sign up for a depreciating object for $40,000. That's all they're doing. They're not fooling. They're only fooling themselves. Okay. Health, weight, and real talk. 12 years using months is a psychology thing. Exactly. It's a psychology thing. You're right. And you agree. Using stupid. That's why I don't really use words like that. I just say they just don't know. It's not complicated math. It's just you can use your calculator. You don't even check it out. You don't even have to use your calculator. You can just put it in Google and let Google do it for you. See what I'm saying? But you got to know the conditioning is what's preventing them from doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's sad, especially when it's people that you love, that you care about, and you know they're going down the wrong thing. You cannot say anything unless they come to you. That's a very difficult thing to do. 12 years a slave. Now think about it like this, Hyphy. What if a person signs up for a 12-year car loan, but they bring in a car that they're upside down in? Okay. Say like they brought in a car that's worth 10, but they owed 15. They would take that money, roll that extra 5,000 into the 144-month car loan, and then they would probably give them way less than the $10,000 that the car is actually worth, and then take that difference and roll into the 144-month car loan. Man, they just do people like that so dirty, so dirty. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. LA Divine, I was talking to some guys yesterday. They said you can build wealth with credit. Yeah. See what I'm saying, LA Divine? See what I'm saying? This is what you say to them, LA Divine, when you hear people like that. You go, okay. Really? Okay. Don't ask them anything else. They're already made up their mind of what they're going to do from the debt matrix. You cannot intervene. You can build wealth with credit? Yeah. Okay. That's it. Don't argue with them. LA Divine, once you're on this side, you will understand that we need the majority of the people in the debt matrix to continue to live like that. That's how we will become rich. That's how we will become wealthy. That's how we will continue to live life financially free. Life is not expensive at all. It's not expensive. Once you're it only seems that way when you're in debt. When you get out of debt, you will clearly see that life is not expensive at all. It's not. Snuggles, you have to remember, people think when you have a reliable car, it's better to keep fiction on a car. You have to understand the process. I'm not quite understanding what you're saying there. Let's keep it. Keep fiction. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Morning, Beauty Jock. Good morning. Thank you for tagging my new name there. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's so simple, isn't it? It's just simple and straight to the point. That's why I love that new name. I love it. Love it. Quentin, question. Is it bad habit to use credit when you have cash? No. That's the only thing I do. This is why, Quentin. This is what I do. I have a credit card as a tool. Okay. Now you can use cash, but credit's more convenient and for security. I use my credit card everywhere. So just in case, now I don't have to worry about the security and of every single store out there, because everybody doesn't have to follow the security rules of credit cards. If their store gets hacked, they only get access to my credit card. And then once I see the charge, I go, hey, that wasn't me, credit card company. They say, okay, cool. We'll credit you, shut down that card and send you a new one. That's it. And for convenience. when I want to rent a hotel or a car, whatever. Credit cards are wonderful, right? That's all. It's that once you're out of debt, you're not going to overspend anyway, because you know you're going to pay that card off in full each and every month. So in your mind, you're going to still be thinking cash. Even though you're using the credit card, you're still going to be thinking cash, because you're going to say, I still need to pay that card off in full. So you're not going to overspend. I promise you. I never do that ever, because I know I have to pay it. I'm not going back into debt, and I sure in the damn sure don't pay the rent money, paying meaning interest on a credit card. No, sir. Don't do none of that. I have a bad habit of using my credit card when that's cool. That's okay. Me too. I have the same habit. I rarely keep cash on me. Rarely. The only time Quentin, the only time I use cash, like last week, my credit card got compromised. Somebody got my hold of my numbers and charged something, right? So what I had to do with, and before my new card came, because I don't use my debit card anywhere, because I just getting your debit card compromised, that's a whole nother hassle. I had that happen one time. I vowed to never let that happen again. So I go out and get cash for the week or two, how long it's going to take for me to get my new card, and I use cash everywhere until my new credit card gets here, and then that's it. That's all I do. All right, Snuggles, you don't understand. I still have to thank you again for this prepaid information. If you don't understand how much money that will save me, I want you to calculate. No, you calculate the $200 a year. You go, hey, Snuggles, everything. This is what I want you guys to do, and everybody listening in this room. Take out the monthly mentality conditioning out of your head, month to month. Take that out of your head. Okay, take it out of your head. Add up everything by the year so you can see the real number. So you can know the real number. And I do know, Snuggles, because I was paying high cell phone bills. And then once I started calculating by the year, oh man, that saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years. Believe that. Take out the monthly mentality. So for example, let me give you another nugget of information. I remember when I was getting out of debt, I remember I was paying my car insurance monthly. After I was getting out of debt, I started going through everything in detail. I noticed that my insurance company was charging me a fee to pull the money from my monthly payment. I was like, you're charging me to give you money that I already have to give you, and you're charging me a fee to get it? I said, how do I stop that? They say you got to pay it every 6 months. I said, that's what I want to do. Once you're financially free, you pay everything by 6 months or to a year. Hey, Snuggles, I pay my cell phone bill by the year. Okay. My cell phone bill is $240 a year. And the only taxes I pay is on the $240. That's it. I don't get another bill or text from my cell phone company until next year. And when it gets close to coming up, they send me a text and say, hey, your year is almost up. Would you like us to charge you another year? Sure, go ahead. Click. See you next year. That's it. I don't see monthly bills. Nothing's in my mailbox unless I order something or it's junk mail or it's the light bill or the water bill. Other than that, outside of that, it's nothing. Okay. And I do. Hey, man, thank you for telling me, Snuggles. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I've done my job. Hey, Snuggles, there's much more than that. Okay, that's just one. I just gave you two. There's many more. Ethiopified. I put money on my PayPal balance so I can track my spending. I rarely use credit card and almost never debit card. You do what now? You put money on my PayPal balance so I can track. Oh, okay. So you track your spending. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Do you Ethiopified? Do you just mainly use cash everywhere? And how long you been doing it? Have you been accustomed to just keeping cash on you now? You pull out a certain amount for the month, or how much do you pull out a certain amount during the week and say I'm going to have this much during the week or whatever? I pay $1,300 a month. Wow. Okay, and rent. I mean, that all counts on where you live too. I don't. It's a big house, small house. Before I got out of debt, when I was living in the debt matrix, I was paying $1,700 a month plus everything else for a fancy high-rise apartment, all that stupid nonsense. I got out of that so fast. Health, weight, and real talk. I have a few bills that I now pay by the year because after I did the math, I noticed it was more expensive to pay by. Exactly. They tax the people that can only pay month to month. Those are the people that pay the most. Those are the people that pay the most. Once you're out of debt, Snuggles, say like right now, you pay that much a month. I guarantee you, if you signed a new lease and told your landlord, "I'll pay the whole year," I guarantee you they give you off a month or two. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because nobody does that. I didn't know you could pay your cell phone bill by the year in advance or 6 months in advance. Damn, the cell phone companies don't tell. Of course, they're not telling. Hey, health. They're not telling everybody that. But it does. Health, weight, and fit. Health, weight, and real talk. Check it out. It wouldn't matter if they told the majority of people anyway, because they couldn't afford to do it anyway. So it really doesn't matter. Why tell them about something they couldn't do? It doesn't matter. Only people who are financially free, only people who know can even think about doing that. Period. This is what I do for my clients, you guys. This is why I offer different packages. This is why I showed people things that they just don't know. They don't know, because when you're in debt, there's things you don't even know to look for. You don't even know that they exist. Snuggles, wow, fam, that's a lot. Okay, Michael, what cell phone service do you use? I use redpocketmobile.com, Red Pocket Mobile. But there's several, Michael. There's straighttalk.com, totalwireless.com, cricketwireless.com. They're all prepaid phone services. It counts on. This is what I suggest, Michael. Figure out who works the best in your home area, and then you get to choose who you want to go with. Period. That's it. I just moved from Seattle to South Carolina. Verizon happens to work best for both of me there and here. Okay, so that's who I go with. You get to choose. You're not locked into anything, especially when you own your own phone. You're not locked to any company. You get to choose which company you want to go with, period. That's it. That's the lovely thing about this prepaid. Most people, you mention prepaid to people in the debt matrix, they think, oh, that person's prepaid. He's broke. That's debt talk. Okay, they don't know what they're saying. So just let them talk. Just giggle in your mind. Just giggle in your mind as they pay $100+ a month plus taxes, all them damn taxes on theirs. If you got a regular cell phone bill, and you see all them taxes on your cell phone bill, all them taxes, those taxes have been over for years. They only tax people who don't know. That's I don't know tax. All those taxes on your regular cell phone bill, I'm going to tell you something. That's called I don't know tax. I didn't know that. I know. That's why we're taxing you, because you don't know. Big companies are making a killing. They're killing the game. Ethiopify, yes. Put a certain amount on PayPal balance, and then I pay it from there. Like for groceries and random spending, I don't carry cash. When PayPal balance is gone, I'll wake up and I'm spending a lot. Okay, got it. Okay, that's a good plan. Keeps you accountable. I like that. Everybody has their own plan. I like that. Because people are out here spending just random. They don't even care. People think overdraft protection is really for their protection. It's just, you see the way, check it out. You see the way banks reuse words, overdraft protection. And you got to say like this, this is what you got to think. If you have overdraft protection, this is what I want you to say to yourself. Who are they protecting me from? Overdraft protection. Who are they protecting me from? You. They're making you pay to protect you from yourself. The banks are killing the game. They are killing the game. Ooh, I got overdraft protection. They use words so you guys are fooled. When it comes to the money game, pay attention to words. Overdraft protection. Who are they protecting? Nobody. They're not protecting nobody. Private mortgage insurance. Ooh, insurance. That's got to be the same as regular insurance. No, it's not. Secured credit cards. Ooh, secure. The word secure must mean that card is very secure. No, it's not. Are you guys soaking up this information? I sure hope so. Ethiopified, they're not. They're not. Check it out. When you're on the outside of the debt matrix, it's not. They're not being sneaky. They're being obvious. You guys want to learn how to kill a game? Learn from the big corporations. Turn on your TV. Okay, turn on your TV. The next time a commercial comes on, put it on mute and then watch. That's how they sell. Every commercial that comes on, put the TV on mute when the commercial comes on, and then you can see how they sell. That's it. That's it. Bank commercials, everything that sells, put the commercial on mute, and then you will learn from the big boys. You don't need to go to no big ad agencies. Put the TV on mute. Overdraft protection from yourself. Exactly, Bailey. Beauty Jock. Oh, okay. Ethiopified screen name. I know. Hey, Beauty Jock. I told her that too. I love that name. That's original. Hey, Ethiopified. It's about original as my new name. Savings minus debt. Unique. I like my new name because if you Google savings minus debt, guess who is the only person that pops up? Me on Google. Only me. Only me. Something so simple. Savings minus debt. That's it. Nothing fancy. Health, weight, and real talk. I'm already planning how to pay my phone and cable months in advance. Hey, I'm okay. Health, weight, and real talk. I'm gonna give you one more nugget. Okay. You keep this between us. Okay. Now I don't know if you live with somebody, but this is what you do. Okay. Usually when you sign up for cable and internet, they give you the best deal that you're ever going to get for a year. Okay. It's always a year contract. This is what you do. When you sign up, you say, hey, check it out. When is the end date? When is the end date of this contract? Because usually people find out the end date when they pass the end date and they see that bill skyrocket. You say, when's the end date? They tell you the end date. You put that end date in your phone as set as alarm a year from now. Make that alarm go off 2 weeks or a week before the end date. Once the end date is up, you call them and say, hey, can I get that same deal that I had for last year? They're probably going to say no. You say, cool, cancel it. And then you ask your wife, you say, hey, honey, I need you to become a new customer this year. You cancel it. And then she becomes a new customer. So you can keep getting the new rate a year after year, switch back and forth between you and your wife, your roommate, whoever you want to do. You're following the contract, whatever. All right, cool. I can't get the new rate. No. Okay. Cancel it. Next person comes in. They're a new customer. That's it. Just keep doing it. Play the game. Play the game. That's all I do. Hey, I get the new rate this year. No. Okay. Cancel it. I don't say, hey, man, I'm going to switch to a different company, this and that. No, I like your service. I'm going to stay with it. But now my wife is going to be a new customer. Okay, that's it. Whatever. High fee. If you need overdraft protection and secure credit cards to keep you in check, I'm pretty sure you'll find it. Exactly. It doesn't matter. You're in debt. But if you check it out, high fee, if you don't know what overdraft protection is, because believe it or not, people rely on overdraft protection. They count on it. The banks are killing the game. They're killing it. They're making money out of thin air. They're making money off of, check it out. Listen to what I'm saying right here, okay? They're making money from people to where money doesn't exist. Money doesn't exist for those who are in debt. Those are in debt. People that are in debt, they really believe the movies. They really believe there are stacks and pallet boards of money inside a bank vault. They really believe that, right? Why would they keep that much money in the bank vault when it doesn't even exist for people? The only place money exists for the majority of people in debt on their computer screens as digital numbers. They believe if they see a number, like if they do a home equity loan and they see that these digital numbers, that they have control of these digital numbers, they really believe that that's money. That's not money. No, it's just digital numbers. It's not cash. Hey, that's what I do. Red Shark. I haven't had regular cable for years. I just got internet. That's it. There's so many apps out there where you can watch anything you want. It's whatever. I don't want no regular cable. I've been out of regular cable for years. Do you have any information about insurance or car insurance? Yeah, Snuggles. Hey, man, you trying to get all my stuff for free? Huh? I already said one, man. I'm going to say the last one. Stop paying your car monthly and pay it for every 6 months to a year, whatever your car insurance offers. That's it. All right. That's the last gems. That's the last gems. James Stokes. Yeah. 1 year. Bam. 1 year banks made $485 million on overdraft fees. The bank CEO. Hey, check it out. Check it out. This is what people don't see. Say like, you remember that Wells Fargo fiasco a few years back where they were opening up fake accounts and charging people this and that and this and that. People think they do that on purpose. Okay. They know one day it's going to stop. People are going to catch on, and then someday it's going to stop, and then they're going to get fined some millions of dollars. Check it out. I'm going to tell you something, okay, you guys? And I did a video on this a while back. They got away with that for like 5 or 6 years. Each year, they made 80-something billion dollars off of doing that. Billion with a B. Billion. Nobody went to jail. Nobody went to prison. Billion. Once they got caught, guess what they got? They got a fine of something $700 million, okay? Now, to broke people in the debt matrix, ooh, that'll teach Wells Fargo. They got fined $700 million. Now, don't quote me on the exact numbers. You guys got to look it up, okay? If they made $87 billion for 6 or 7 years, that's like if you had $1,000 in your pocket and you got a speeding ticket that costs $1. Would you care if you got a speeding ticket that costs whatever? Here, officer, now get out of my face. Vroom, probably speed off. That's what it's like. Yes. People never stop to say, well, I know they got that fine, but how much did they make during that time? That's what I always do. I always go look beyond the headlines. How Snuggles, how you know how people do. Oh, yeah. Bailey, what? Yes, Bailey. Yes. Thank you, Bailey. I always try to put it in a perspective that can connect to people. Hit the likes, you guys. If you like this video, hit the likes. Free 30-minute consultation at daddymydaddy@gmail.com. Right there, daddymydaddy@gmail.com. Email me for free 30-minute consultation. Hit the likes if you like this video. Please, please, please. Donation link under each and every video. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to do this till I'm dead. And you know how I know that? Because math is never going to change, ever. What I'm sharing with you guys right now is never going to change. The majority of people are going to stay in debt no matter what you tell them. We need them to do that. We need them to stay in debt. We need them to believe that they're homeowners while having a mortgage. We need them to keep fighting over buying versus leasing a car. We need them to continue fighting over that. They don't know that the bank owns them both. They don't. It doesn't matter. Whatever. They don't know that. We need people to continue financing cell phones, trading in their old one to get on the forever plan. Whatever. We need them to stay like that. That's very important for our financial economic system. We need them. We need people to believe that. Snuggles, I enjoy listening to these conversations because you are talking. I am actually looking things up. Thanks a lot. Good, man. I'm glad you're looking it up. Look it up. Hey, you guys, just don't take my word for it. I want you guys to verify the things I'm saying. See if I'm just talking crap. Figure out if I'm just trying to take your money. Hey, is LJ a scammer? Go figure it out. See if I'm just trying to steal your money. Trying to get you guys to buy worthless information from me. Go double check. I encourage you to. Please. Okay, I will be booking it. Okay, Bailey, I'll be looking for you. I'll be looking for you. But Bailey, I got to warn you. You're going to be an alien. You're going to be an outcast if you open your mouth to people that are not ready to listen. Who's Bailey? Think you're all that and this and that. You think you know you about more money. You don't hear it all. You just got to go, okay. Even Dave Ramsey are not dropped. Hey, health weight, real talk. I took what I learned from Dave Ramsey because I respect the dude, okay? Respect him 100%. Him and Chris Hogan. I simplified it even more. I knew once I learned what I learned from him, I said I can simplify that even a layer below his. I can simplify it even more. I can make it better relate to people. And I just took what I didn't steal his stuff. I just took what I learned from him and made my own from it. But I thank you, Bailey. Please do. Please do. Even Quentin, thanks. And some great info. Hey, you're welcome, Quentin, for sure. Oh, SR, man. I knew it. You found me, didn't you? God dog it. I knew it, man. You could see right through me, huh, SR? You could see me. I know. Yeah. You Google that, huh? You only see me, right, SR? You Google savings minus debt, you only see me. Wow. When I discovered that, I blew myself away when I discovered that. I know you are, SR. I know. Hey, man, I hope you guys, when you watch these videos, I hope you guys are catching my personality too, because I'm not a serious, I love the jokes. I love the quick humor. I'm a quick humor person. Okay. So I love it. DTN, be sure to like and subscribe. Okay. Yeah. Please watch DTN, like, subscribe, donate, set up a consultation. You guys, please do. I'm ready when you are. Remember, I'm East Coast time zone. And those of you that came over from O'Shea, I'm trying to be a regular on the show, man. So reach out to him every now and then. Throw my name out. Hey, man, we want to see LJ back on the show. Okay, put him back on. I want to be a regular. We are aliens, SR. Welcome to the alien nation. Fred. Hey, Fred. Listen know about the cable. It works. I've done it. Fred's done it. I know. Hey, I know Fred. Hey, Fred, check it out. I knew when it clicked for you. All right. When we were on the phone, I can always tell when I teach somebody and it clicks. I always say it like this. It always goes like this. When I'm talking and it clicks, it's a long pause. And then there's a laugh like, it laugh because it clicks because you see it and you're like, damn, I didn't see that. And then it's so simplified, Fred. And then you go tell somebody else because it's so simple and you tell them so simple. They're like, oh, I could have did that myself. That's it. Oh, I could have did that. Yeah, if you knew about it. See what I'm saying? But that's okay. People say that all the time, Fred. Oh, man, I could have did that myself. Okay. Now we're going to get this advice before you get big. Bailey, you know what? Yeah, I know I'm going to get big, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. Mark my words. You see how I am today? I'm going to always be like this. Maybe the availability is going to be different, right? But who I am today is who you guys see. This is me. Money. The best way I can describe it is like this. Now that I'm out of debt, I don't look at money as the be all end all. I understand money is a tool. That's it. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. It's nothing more than a tool. It's no different than a hammer, but it helps you. It's a tool that helped me live life better. That's it. Nothing more than that. It doesn't define who I am. I'm not going to get a bunch of money and go out and buy a Lamborghini. I'm not going to do that. I like to look at Lamborghinis, but am I going to buy one? No. But if I bought one, I'd put it under their business and let them tour my Lamborghini around the country so I can make money off it. That'd be cool. Yeah. But to actually own one, no, I'm not going to, no. I'm not going to show the world when the majority of the world are in debt and I'm driving around in a Lamborghini, that just kind of exposes me. I don't need all that. I don't need all that kind of attention. Nobody needs to know how much money I have. That's irrelevant. Don't need to know. Doesn't matter, because if the majority of people look at money like a need, and I look at it like it's a tool. There's more people that look like at it as a need, and they might want to steal it from me or hurt me for it or whatever. Just whatever. I don't need none of that. No, thank you. What's some advice for people with bad spending habits? I say like this, Red Shark. People with bad spending habits, add up their total exact debt. Figure out their exact debt and let them see it with their own eyes. That helps a lot. Because most people with bad spending habits, they don't know how much debt they're in, nor do they want to know. Okay? If they don't want to know, there's nothing you can do. Their bad habits are just going to stay. You're not going to get somebody, because you put them on a budget. Check it out, Red Shark or SR. You put them on a budget, they think restriction. They think they can't have fun. Live. They say things like, "Oh, you only live once. You can't take it when you're dead." They just say things like that, but they don't realize what they're saying. So since you only live once, you're going to live like a slave the entire time. So you're choosing to be a slave while you're here on earth. Not me. I'm not doing that. I'm not a slave to anyone. Check it out. If you have student loans and don't believe you're going to ever pay them off, guess what? You're a slave. And you're going to be a slave. Listen to what I'm saying. If you have student loans and you don't think you will ever be able to pay them off, you're going to be a slave until you're dead. Let that sink in, okay? Let it sink in. If you don't pay your student loans off, you're going to be a slave until you're dead. Is that cool with you? I mean, is that cool? You don't mind, whatever? The people call, hey, that's a forever loan. You mean to tell me you're going to be a forever slave? Is that what you're saying, slave? Okay, slave, whatever. You're a free slave. No, you're not. You're not free. You just have invisible shackles on. You just don't know. You've been watching too many movies. You think they're invisible. You're still on the slave ship, the SS in debt. You're on the slave ship, SS in debt with invisible shackles. You're rowing the boat. You're in there rowing. You don't even know you're rowing. You're rowing. You're keeping it moving. Every time you finance a car, every time you don't believe you're going to pay off that debt, this is what you're doing. Shh. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. Oh, look at that shiny thing. Oh, yeah, I'll finance it. Yeah. Whoa, that's what you're doing. I hope you realize that. It's so crazy, because having a budget means you feel like you have so much more money than you. Exactly. But you got to know that, SR. Reality of Fitness, great stream as always, sir. But I have get back to, hey, thank you for showing up. I know, man. They be going long, don't they? 2 hours. What if you have work and you got an earpiece in your ear for 2 hours? People come walking up to your desk. Hey, man, you be like, shh. What you listening to? Oh, thank you for showing up. Hey, man, have a good one, Reality of Fitness. Snuggles, what are the quickest bills people could overcome within a short time? Again, put all your debts in order from smallest to the largest. That's how you do it, period. There is no other way. Do it that way. You see the debts go away faster, and the psychological part of you physically seeing them go away is a very important fact or part of the equation. James Stokes. My uncle had student loans. When he retired, they took $800 out of his Social Security check for 2 years oh man. Took $800 a month out of his Social Security checks. I'm going to say this. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys what is. Here's a person, not your uncle. I'm just saying in general. Here's people go to college for the average of 4 years, pay on their student loans for their entire life. Because they don't, hey, you guys, they don't really want you to pay off your student loans. They don't. They don't want you. They get money from you your whole life. And then guess what? When you die, your student loans are paid in full. By who? The government. Who's the government? Us. They're insured by the government. They get the interest from you the whole life of the loan. And then when you die, they get paid in full. They don't lose. You see that article why Sallie Mae took 100 of their employees to Hawaii? People are mad. Oh my God, I can't believe they're going to Hawaii off. Why are you mad? I don't get why you're mad. Pay yours off. You won't care what Sallie Mae does with their employees. Who cares what she does? He or she, the business, whatever. You know what I mean? Who cares? I don't care what Sallie Mae does with their employees. Congratulations. Hey, you got 5 million profit. Hey, that means business is good. Dark Man Jeff, I think my mom still has student loan debt. She's been out of school for 35 years. Won't be me. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And you better not ask her about them either. You better not ask her about them. Because she's going to be mad. If your student loan debt are older than your children, you're in trouble. I got close friends. He got student loans. Hey, he knows what I do. He knows what I do. We're only close because we don't talk about what I do. He got student loans older than his children. He don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me. We almost stopped being friends one time, and we just came to a conclusion. Hey, we're not going to talk about what I do for a living. We're not going to discuss it. Because he's in the debt matrix. He doesn't know. Hey, man, check it out. I just got this new car. I said, did you pay off your student loans? Nah, man. It's like, I just want to go, what are you doing? He thought he really bought the new car with cash, with student loans. You didn't buy nothing with cash. But I can't say that if I want to be his friend, so we don't discuss what I do. It's hard when somebody close to you, you know what they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing. That's very difficult, but you got to shut up. Snuggles, say that again. I didn't get that about the student loans. Oh, I said, Snuggles, I said like this. They really don't want you to pay them off, okay? They really don't. So think about it. You go to college for 4 years. You pay on the student loans your entire life. And then when you die, the student loan is paid in full by the government. The government is who? The people, us. We pay so they get all the interest and money from your whole life. And then they get the balance when you die at your death. They don't lose. And they cannot be bankrupt. They don't lose. 1.6 trillion with a T in student loan debt. Trillion. They don't lose. Beauty Jock, the student loan took 16 years to pay off. As my balance decreased, so did my monthly minimum. Exactly. That's a trick. And my end date got stretched out further. That's the whole trick, Beauty Jock. That's the whole trick. They are masters at that game. Not only do they do that, Beauty Jock, you've heard me say this too. The other trick, by minimize those payments, so they make people, they use that because they know how you're thinking. They use that to say, if I just make the minimum monthly payment, that means I save more money a month. This is how people in the debt matrix think. And then the one where you pay extra, right? Your student loan date keeps getting pushed further and further and further out, right? They don't realize that they're putting all that extra money towards the interest of the loan, not realizing you got to call them first to tell them to stop doing that, right? But people in the debt matrix think, I'm cool with that. I'm going to let them keep doing that. Just in case if I can't pay a couple months, I don't have to, if my money comes funny, I won't have to pay my student loan for a few months. So they think they're ahead. This is psychology, Beauty Jock. This is, somebody invented this. This is brilliant. You pay your student loans off. I didn't really realize that, Beauty Jock, but that's even smarter too. The more you pay, they make your monthly payment smaller and you just follow it. Instead of keep throwing chunks at it. I don't care how small you make it, you keep throwing, but they don't know that. That's brilliant, man. That is brilliant. That one's new to me. I'm gonna use that. It's like paying alimony child support without the ex. Exactly, Ryan James. Exactly. You are a slave. LJ, I did ask her why she still got debt. She was like, I had to raise you. It's your fault, Dark Jeff, for being born. You didn't know that? How dare you? How dare you to not know it was because you were born? That's why she still got them. How dare you for not knowing that? Boy, you sure know how to insult your mama. Ain't that messed up? Ain't that crazy? They blame it on everything and everybody else because of it. That's crazy. You hear that all the time. But you got, hey, Dark Man Jeff, you gotta be cool with it. You gotta be quiet. You gotta go, okay, mama. And I tell you this, Dark Man, if you, I mean, I don't know if you're in debt right now, but when you get out of debt, you better not tell your mama you are debt free. You better not, because if you do, she's gonna be just like this, and she's not gonna be like, "Hey, son, how'd you do it? How'd you get out of debt?" You know what she's gonna be like? She's gonna be like just like this. Oh, you ain't got no bills now? Oh, you can help me with mine. You can give me some money. That's how it's gonna go. So you better be quiet. Only tell it to people who are ready to listen. Thank you, Bailey. Trickery at its finest, Bailey. Check it out. Check it out, Bailey. I'm gonna say something to you. Could somebody trick you with grade school math? Could somebody fool you? Could somebody come up to you and say, hey, Bailey, I bet you don't know what 5 plus 5 is? Hey, Bailey, I bet you don't know what 5 minus 2 is. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. I know it's a trick one. It's a complicated one. Use your calculator if you wish, because I don't want you to mess up. That's what it is. It's just grade school math. James Stokes, credit cards do that. If you don't tell them to put extra on principal. You know what, James? And I agree with, they probably, you know, if they do, I pay mine in full. So I don't mess with credit cards. I don't play their game. Even like this. I remember this, James. I remember when I first started doing online bill pay. I remember, because the online bill pay, my bank, they guarantee the money will be at the business location on the date you set inside the electronic bill pay, right? So I would get my statement, see the due date, and set that due date in my bill pay. So, but what the credit card companies was doing, when I set it for the due date to get there, I finally looked at my credit. This is when I was in the debt matrix, okay? I looked at my statement, and I had a whole bunch of late fees, and I was like, "Hey, what's up with that? Why is?" So I was mad at my bank. I thought they wasn't delivering. So I called my bank and they said, hey, no, we did what we were supposed to do. It's there. So I called the credit card company. You know what they told me? Oh, yeah, your statement was here, but it takes us a day to process your payment. So that's why you were late. I said, you guys are smooth. You guys are good. You guys are good. So now when I pay my my credit card in full, say like it's due on the 30th. I make sure my payment arrives at their business location by the 28th. If you don't process my payment in 2 days, that's your problem. That's not my problem. So it's never happened again. I always make sure and you know what? Every month, I always check to make sure they ain't move my due date. Because sometimes they be moving dates, man. I kid you not. Sometimes they be moving due dates. I be checking. Because one time, I knew it was due on the 24th. And then I looked recently, now it's due on the 30th. I said, when did that happen? I keep an eye on it. They're smooth. Red Shark. My mom keep getting these credit cards from these department stores. What can I tell her? Is she turning them on? Is she activating them and using them? Red Shark? Is she first tell me if she's using them. Darkman Jeff, LJ. Will stay quiet. I do have debt, but I'm slowly but surely paying. Keep doing what you're doing, Darkman Jeff. You need my help. You have my email, okay? I'll help you skip a whole bunch of hurdles, okay? I'll help you skip a whole bunch of hurdles, all right? When you're debt free, you better keep it to yourself. You better keep it to yourself. That's all I can say to you. You better keep it to yourself. So true. Break it down, Doc. Thank you, Bailey. Red Shark. No, the store cards. No, the store cards, like a Walmart, Target. Don't use store cards. You don't need none of that. Just tell her to cut them up. This is what I would do, okay? Usually when store department cards, they always send you a return envelope, a prepaid return envelope. You let them for about a month or two, keep sending them. And then you stack them all heavy back in that envelope. Make it real heavy. Put it all back in the envelope and mail it back to them. Okay. So they have to pay for that postage. They will stop because they're not in the business of wasting money. That's going to be a very heavy envelope. And they're going to know exactly who it came from. So they're going to stop sending that stuff to her. That's what I did. Because when I got financially free, oh man, I got all kind of offers. Hey, buy this, do that, get this card. I just said, oh, okay. First, you ignore them, because if you ignore it and the mail doesn't come back to them, they know it's reaching you. Okay. If it doesn't come back, they understand that it's reaching you, and it's a matter of time before you actually probably sign up and use it or whatever. They know the game. I stuff it heavy, make sure it's nice and heavy because they have to pay for the postage, and then I send it back. They never do it again. They stop. There's no misunderstanding of what I'm saying, because all my information that they sent to me is in an envelope, so they know exactly who it's coming from, and they know exactly what I mean by sending all that stuff back in a very heavy envelope that they are paying for. See how that works? Yeah. Yeah, but you know what, Hyphy, they always have rules around that. I don't feel like, hey, I send it a direct message. Direct. Sometimes I'll even stuff other stuff that's not even their stuff. I'll stuff some newspaper in there, make it nice and heavy. Okay. With their credit card information back to them. So stop sending me this. Please hit that like button. If you guys like this, please hit them likes up, man. O'Shea told me, he told me that YouTube does some kind of algorithm. When you get more likes on the videos, I guess they display the video more to different places. So please hit that like button, like, subscribe. Please do that. And like I said, free 30-minute consultation at deadaintmydaddy@gmail.com. I do have my other email up. I'm slowly transitioning. I have my other email up at SavingsMinusDebt. Either email address will reach me, and I can set up a 30-minute consultation. Put in a date, time, and your phone number of when you want to be scheduled with me. East Coast time. That's what time zone I'm in. And like I said, a brief overview of your financial situation. And what I do, everything starts with your credit report, okay? First, I gather, because what I do for my clients, I give you exact numbers, exact. Everything is exact. You're not guessing, this is what I do for you. Everything's going to be exact. And why? I look at your credit report, all three. Hey, you can do this, change that. This is what you're going to do from this. That doesn't make sense. Don't do that. There's so many things I discovered from clients, man, that they didn't even know. Oh, man. It's crazy the things I've discovered on people's credit reports. It's like, when you don't know, you just don't know. And some people are just too scared to even look because they're in so much debt. You know what I'm saying? And that's also understandable. I get it. But that's okay. If you're new to my channel, I want you guys to understand this. This is the safe zone. This is a place you can come to, and you will not be embarrassed because you didn't know something. So, for example, if you don't know what tax bracket you're in, this is the place to come to. I can help you understand that. Because that's important. It's important for you to know your tax bracket. I didn't know mine for years. I thought that was for rich people and this and that. You just think all this stupid nonsense. Then like in the debt matrix, that's all conditioning. This is where you know. Like, if you don't know your tax bracket, say that to yourself. I don't know my tax bracket. That's okay. Say it. We all know taxes are very important. Okay, we all know that. And if you don't know yours, I'm telling you, you're missing a major piece of the equation by not knowing. This is where you learn from it. Okay, it's okay. Just say that. If you don't know do you know how much debt you're in? You don't know? Say that. I want you to go to the mirror and say that to yourself so you can see yourself saying that. Because once you learn what I teach you and show you, you're going to laugh at that. You're going to be like, how did I not know that? How did I not see that? I did that for a year, people. I did that for a year. Red Shark, a person that owes a couple of thousand on their car should they send extra to get it out the loan fast? It counts on Red Shark. It counts on where they at on their financial plan. Okay, because I don't want to tell people that and they got other bills and they're paying money and I create a very structured plan. Once you see the plan, you'll know exactly what to do and why. This is very, very important. Hyphy, should you know your tax bracket prior to entering the tax given you? You should know your tax bracket always, no matter what year you go in, always. It's very important to know your tax bracket. And let me tell you guys, I'm going to share with you guys the only reason why, what made me take the time to understand where I was, where my tax bracket was, and took the time to understand how tax brackets work. I understand how they work now, right? I didn't know my tax bracket until I broke the six-figure mark. Okay. For the longest, for years, I was under six figures. I was sitting around 80, 90,000, something like that, right? And I remember one year I got a raise and I just broke it. I went from 90,000 to like 110. Okay. And I remember I was so excited to see that next check after my raise. I was so excited. I was like, yes. Ooh, I can't wait to see. Ooh, what a check looks like, making $100-something thousand. Ooh, I can't wait to see. And when I got that check, it was less than my previous check. Did you guys hear what I said? The next check after the raise was less than my previous check. I was bamboozled. I was like, what the hell? That doesn't make any sense. Yes, it does. When you understand tax brackets, it does. Because you always hear, hey, the more they take, the more you make, the more they take. You hear people say that all the time, right? But I never took the time to understand what that meant. Now I do. You must understand the game. Taxes can help you build wealth, but you must understand the game. Now I do. This is what I also teach you guys from different plans. Now, the basic plan, I don't teach you all that stuff. The next plan, I do. And I promise you, because I hear it all the time, Linnell, had I known what you taught me, I'd have paid you 10 times your price. Did you hear what I said? 10 times. You guys are in this room just listening to me. Probably never heard half the stuff I'm talking about. Go check somebody else out on YouTube. I'm not bragging. Go find somebody on YouTube that talks the way I talk, simply about finances, and you actually understand every word I'm saying. Go find them. I try to all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I listen to Dave Ramsey, Chris Hogan, because they speak the language. So I clearly understand what they're saying. I follow them. I listen to their shows. I understand everything they're saying. I get it, but other people, they're just, let me tell you guys something. When you go listen to debt and finances, I'm going to tell you how it works. There's people that teach finances while they speak debt, and there's people that teach finances speaking debt free. I promise you. Thank you, Bailey. Much appreciated. Hyphy, should you know your tax? Oh, yeah. You already asked that. Okay. Snuggles, you're awesome, dude. I've just been studying since I've been listening. Hey man, it's not even hard to study for this test. All you got to know is the grade school math. That's it. It's no studying. As long as you got a calculator and a Google. I really want you guys to understand this, okay? Understand this. When you type in the Google search hashtag savings minus debt, I'm the only one that pulls up on Google. I want you guys to see the significance of that. Look at it for what it is. Why am I the only one pulling up from a formula that is so simple? How is that? On Google, I went and bought the domain. I created the email. Nobody else in the world had it. Why is that? Because somebody designed this system to be that way. Thank you, man. I tell you, man, Snuggles, I appreciate that, man. Because like this, Snuggles, check it out. By you even saying that, you know what I'm saying, and you're a total stranger to each other, right? You just know that you're saying it because you know what I'm saying is just true and simple. You see what I'm saying? It's just like clicking. It's just clicking. That's all. Just the gears are just clicking. They're like everything's just that equals that and that and that. Quentin, I listen to Dave Ramsey and Chris Hogan, but I understand your and you know what, Quentin, I appreciate you saying that too, right? Because this is what I do. This is what I actually do. I learn from those men, and when they teach, this is what I say to myself. I can simplify that. Okay, I understand what they're saying to their customers, but there's a piece that I can say to my followers, my customers, that will simplify that even more. So when you're done listening to me, and then you go back to listen to Dave Ramsey and Chris Hogan, you will clearly understand what they're saying even more. See what I'm saying? Ain't that right, Hyphy? Yeah, Snuggles he caught a whole bunch of life-saving frisbee. He's just like, Snuggles, it's something that I was always wanted to do. That's why I never incurred so many bills. I don't have a car payment, but I was trying to understand how I can make money with doing less. Exactly. I was the same way, Snuggles. I was the same way. There was something I knew that I couldn't put my finger on. That's the best way I can describe. And I came across Dave Ramsey accidentally. I went to Google and started typing in debt and money saving, blah, blah, blah. And I just came across him. Dave Ramsey basically summarized it. He said, hey, apply math to your finances and you'll win. And I said, just like everybody else, there's no way it's that easy. There's no way. It cannot be that simple. No way. It was. But now when I watch them, I get my ideas from them, from him, Chris Hogan. I kid you not. I'm gonna meet Dave Ramsey. I'm gonna come on the show, Dave Ramsey show, and I'm gonna go on the show with Chris Hogan. No, I don't know either one of them. I'm not saying that I know them, but you will see me on their shows one day. I promise you. I promise you. Their producers or somebody's gonna see me. They're gonna know that I speak the language, and I should be on that show because I speak the language. Period. Any other questions? If you're new to my channel, please hit the like button. Please like. Please don't forget to hit that like button. I have a donation link under each and every video. Okay? If I've moved you, if I've shared information with you that has changed your life, feel free. I'm not saying you have to, but if you do, please leave a note underneath of what I did for you, okay? Because that helps me. That inspires me. That encourages me to keep. It lets me know that I'm going in the right direction, okay? It just helps me with that. Life for business, fire business. Nah, brother, make your own show. Hey, that's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna. No, what I'm saying, life for business. I want to meet them. Okay, I want to meet them. Okay, because I got to give Dave Ramsey helped me, because when you're in a debt matrix and you don't have nobody to ask, I didn't know who to ask. He helped me out of the debt matrix. I took what I learned from him and carved my own. I don't, and I'm with you, man. I've been like that personally. I've never been a follower. I've always made my own path, but I always give respect to those who have genuinely helped me. You know, I think that's very, very important, you know, and I will have my own show. I've made my own channel. Look at this. Look how many videos I got, you guys. Look how many videos I got before anybody I made. Look how many videos I've made before anybody even knew who I was. You guys, do you guys know how hard it is to get that first 100 subscribers? Oh my God, that was, man, you know how hard that was? Now forget Instagram, where you get followers, that you can get fake followers, and Facebook, where you can just people just following you. Subscribers are a whole different thing. Somebody, a physical person, has to say, you know what? I like their content and I want to follow it. Click. You see what I'm saying? That's hardcore, man. I had to put in some work for their first 100 followers. Put in some work. Bailey, what do you mean by a series? I mean, I do have like this video right here. This is a series, Life After Debt series. There's a series of videos for people, but I say the content of the main story in the very beginning, right? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but but in my videos, I always make the main content right from the beginning, the first 30 minutes or so. So, because there's people that don't want to be on here for 2 hours, right? They just want to come in, get the information and cut out, right? And so I'm trying to do better for both. So I make sure I tell people that, hey, this is what I'm doing for the first 30 minutes. And then when I'm done, I'll say I'm done. And then it's question and answer people's questions, because I love it. And you guys love it too. It's wonderful. And people listen to me at work. I love it. No, your subscriber count is climbing. Like, you know what? It is, SR. It's slowly climbing. And once I reach 1,000, I'll be able to do the super chat and all that other stuff. But I do like what YouTube did. They made rules that you have to at least have 1,000 subscribers to actually get a name for your channel, to do super chat, to get advertising. It weaves out the fakers, people kind of doing this, not really, sort of, kind of, right? And it allows the people that are serious to start earning, because in order to earn, you got to earn that. You got to earn it to earn. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in some time. And I've learned, like I said earlier, I've learned that in order for me to sell or people to follow, first they must trust me, right? And by allowing myself to make more and more videos, you guys can see that I'm consistent. My personality is my personality. This is who I am. It doesn't change. This is me. And I've been like this all my life. You know, I've always been ever since grade school, right? I've always been more like a leader. People always I always wondered why everybody care about what I'm doing, why they want to do what I'm doing, you know. And it's not bragging. I'm just saying what I've noticed since I was a kid, you know. And I've always been like, you know, protecting. I've always been a big dude, so I wasn't picked on in school or nothing like that, right? But I always was protective over people that were picked on, you know, protect them from bullies and stuff like that, because I always thought, why are you gonna pick on a weak person? You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't doing that, you know. And I became friends. And even throughout my computer career, I've been a computer engineer. Many people don't know this, but I've been a cloud engineer for the last 20 years before I quit back in 2016, right? Joining things globally, computers and blah, 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 virtual machines, right? And I always made sure that when somebody came to me for help, I didn't make them feel stupid for not knowing something about the computers or whatever, right? I always made sure that they could come to me comfortably and say, hey, man, can you help me with this? I don't know how to connect this to that, and whatever, right? And I said, oh, yeah, that's easy. Come here, I'll show you. Click, 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 you know, and do that. So this is why this fits me, right? So any other questions? We're going on 2 hours and 15 minutes. Man, explain the cloud. Snuggles, that's what I'm not gonna do. Okay. I can't explain the cloud. All right. I can't explain the cloud. Like, you know how when I'm gonna simplify it as best as I can. Any IT people in here? I'm gonna simplify it as do you have Snuggles, do you have a Google Drive? Okay. Do you have a Google Drive where you put your stuff and pictures and stuff on the Google Drive, right? You just click and slide or upload your pictures and stuff like that to your space somewhere, right? There's an actual place out there where your stuff is being held. Okay. There's a there's a place out there, like when you log into Facebook, right? You just say, oh, cool, I'm in my account. Well, you got to log into something. There's something out there that recognizes your username and login, and you go into something. When you upload your picture somewhere, I just emailed you from it. Yeah, your stuff sitting somewhere. Okay, I designed where that stuff goes. I configure it to say, hey, Snuggles' spot in the cloud is here. So when he uses his username and password, he has access to this area in this particular area, blah, 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 blah. That's what I did for years. Okay. I'm an undercover computer nerd, Bailey, and I loved it. When I tell, like, for example, Bailey, when I tell people, no, that's cool, man. I take pride in that, Bailey. Pride, because when people see me, they don't look at me and say, oh, he's a computer nerd. You know, they don't they don't say that. The first thing I usually would get, oh, he must be in construction or he must be in some kind of physical. No, I'm not any of that. No, I do computers. What kind of computer? Hey, will you take a look at my laptop? No, I don't do that kind of computers. No, I don't do that. No, I collect I configure global virtual machines in the cloud and all that stuff. Blah blah blah. That's what I do. Oh, well, can you take a look at my laptop? I just said I don't do that. That's what I did for years until I quit. All right, and I'm gonna tell you guys this. All right, so you guys can understand the seriousness of this. When I quit my job back in 2016, I want you guys to hear this, okay? My last job, I was making $160,000 a year. 160, okay? $160,000 a year. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. I know it does, okay? But anyway, once I became financially free, that didn't matter to me. So I quit. It took me a year to break the conditioning of the 40-hour work week. It took me a year. The 40-hour work week is a conditioned mindset. You never once did I stop and say, who made up the 40-hour work week? Who made up the 8-hour work day? Who made up weekends off? You don't know that when you're in it. Once you're out of it, you ask all those questions. I asked it took me 1 year to break it. It took me 1 year to stop thinking, oh my God, I shouldn't have quit that 6-figure job. I'm never going to find another one. And then once you're out, you realize that 6 figures is another conditioning. We're programmed to think that's a lot of money. You hear it on TV shows all the time. You hear it on the social media. Oh man, they're making 6 figures. And you automatically think that 6 figures is a lot. It counts on who you're comparing your salary to. Are you comparing your salary to the person down the street? Or are you comparing your salary to Bill Gates, to Jeff Bezos? 6 figures ain't nothing, man, right? It's unlimited, people. All you got to do is find your talent, find your thing. But first, you must speak the language of debt-free. Once you speak the language of debt-free, you'll know how to do it. I promise you, you'll know how to do it. Snuggles, are you going to find a way to incorporate what you're doing now into the knowledge that you have acquired in computers? No. Well, okay, this is what I'm debating, Snuggles. Okay, this is what I'm debating. I'm debating on going back into the IT world so you can see. And it will apply to almost anybody with a regular job. I want you guys to see what it's like to be working in the corporate world as a debt-free person, because there's so many things that you allow in your life to happen. There's so many things that you allow your job, a business to do when you're in debt. There's things that you allow happen because you need that job. You allow yourself to work for free. You allow to be talked to a certain way. You allow yourself to be contacted when you're off, when you know you're off and you're supposed to be enjoying your own time, and they just call you out the blue because they want to, and you accept it because you need that job, right? I want to get back into the corporate world so I can just show you guys what you don't allow anymore. Okay? If it happens, great. If it doesn't, whatever. Bailey, my brother does something similar. 6'4" black dude. Yeah, exactly. When I saw there were not many black people in IT. Okay. And then when I saw black people, they'd be like, hey, what's up? In the meeting, we'll talk the normal IT jibber jabber, right? Most people don't understand it. We'll be like, yeah, IT, what about this connects to TCP/IP? Okay, the cloud security service over here. Okay, make sure it goes in there. Hey, that's whatever, right? And then once we're out of the room, we're like, hey, man, what's up, man? Can I holler at you for a second? How long you been in this? What you do? Oh, okay. What's your degree in? Oh, yeah, me too. And then we just talk, right? Because there's not many black people in there, right? But I'd love when people didn't know what I did. They just look at me and assume that I was doing something. Then when I tell them computer engineer, they're like, oh, shit. But the key was this, Bailey. When I was in debt and a computer engineer, I made my identity into a computer engineer, if that makes sense. My identity became my computer engineer person degree, right? Once I got out, I was scared to let go of that. But once I released it, I was like, I'm Linnell. I'm not a computer engineer. Computer engineering is just what I did. It's not me. I hope that makes sense. SR, 6-figure paycheck to paycheck doesn't do the same as 50 with no. Exactly, SR. Exactly. Because 160 deep in debt, that means I'm in a way higher tax bracket to somebody that's making 50 with no debt. They're in a lower tax bracket and they have no debt. So they're working when they feel like working. I'm in a higher tax bracket, working my butt off, paying high in taxes. Snuggles, this thing you are teaching us right now is going to help us with the changing of the job market. Everything is becoming robotic. Even at my job, they have robot. Exactly. Do you see, Snuggles, do you see it coming? The majority of people see it's coming and they're crossing their fingers, hoping that it's not going to change their job or they lose their job, and they're not preparing for it. They're just, hey, yeah, I see robots are coming. Oh, they're doing it 10 times faster than me. But hey, this is what they say, Snuggles. Oh, I've been here for years. They can't fire me. I got seniority or whatever, this nonsense, like they're irreplaceable. The number of years, let me tell you guys something so you guys can get this out of your brain, because this is conditioning. The number of years at a job means absolutely nothing. Okay? It means nothing. Every time they pay you your paycheck every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, your contract for that week or 2 weeks is ended, and that obligation of that contract has been paid in full every time they hand you a paycheck. Okay? Stop involving your personal feelings in with your job. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's nothing personal. Once you get out of debt, you'll clearly see that. In New York, they have a total automated. Wow, man, it's coming. And Snuggles, I don't even care. Whatever. Automate anything. Whatever. The profession that I've chosen, actually, let me tell you guys this. The profession that has chose me will never change. I don't care how much automation happens. Math is never going to change. I will forever be in business, forever. People will always be in debt. They will always be in debt. Whether they know it or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Whatever. If you don't know, whatever. What I do right now will never change. I will do this until I'm dead. Thank you, Bailey. I'm trying to figure out how I can get into tech with the mindset that I have, meaning a lazy mindset, meaning rather work for with your mind instead. And that's why I got into computer, Snuggles, because I wanted to use my brain. Only thing I say like this right now, Snuggles, get out of debt first. Use the job for what it is, to earn money, to get you free right now. And I promise you, if you get out of this, is because this is what I believe, Snuggles. Check it out. I believe everybody knows in their mind what they would love to be doing for a living that would not feel like work. They would damn near do it for free. They have so much joy doing it, but they don't do it because it doesn't earn the money they think they need to survive. Once you get out of debt, that thing that you've been placing in the back of your mind will come to the forefront, and I promise you, you won't be able to turn it off. You will do whatever it takes to make it come to fruition. I promise you. These videos I tell you guys, my girlfriend, I get on a nerve with it. She's like, "You making another video? You still up at night doing this?" It's fun for me. It doesn't feel like work. An idea will pop in my head. I'll pop up on my laptop and make sure I write it down so I don't forget it. Because it's my passion. Bailey, yeah, the workforce is changing. Jobs are knowledge-based now. Physical labor is obsolete. Yep. And what's crazy, Bailey, everybody sees it coming. They see it coming. But they're putting the blinders on like this. I just hope it doesn't happen to us. What do you mean? It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You see it's coming. This is what I'm telling you guys right now. While you have a job, you do whatever it takes to use that money to get you out of debt. Once you're out of debt, you will be prepared for any change that's going to happen. It's happening. It's going to happen. For example, this is just my opinion. This is just what I see, okay? Everything's coming online. Amazon's a big monster. Every food delivery services. What else? People don't even have to get out of the bed to go get their fast food. The trucking industry is going to be needed. Airplanes, Amazon's building their own planes. They're going to need people to fly them and pack them. Those are going to be the jobs. If you want that kind of job. It's clear as day. They're already working on electric trucks, semi trucks that's going to drive across country, automate. They're already working on it. I hope just pay attention. Get out of debt while you can, while you have a job right now. The only way you're going to do that, you got to stop listening to people in the debt matrix. I could be a Walmart greeter and be rich. Exactly, SR. You out of debt and you got money. You working at Walmart because you just feel like getting out the house, meeting some people. The people in the debt matrix will look at you like, "Oh, look at SR. He's broke. I saw him. He's a Walmart greeter. Look at him. He ain't making no money." Okay. You just go, "Okay, whatever." I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Every time, some people see me on there and they'll go, "Oh, if he's so debt free, what kind of car he drive?" I just go to my Instagram. Debt ain't my daddy. Well, I just changed my Instagram to SavingsMinusDebt. They can be deep in debt. I don't know, whatever. I'm not saying, "Oh my God, they must be rich. Look at them. They're going on vacation every year." I don't know anything. I just look at the place and say, "Oh, that might be a place I like to go to." I'm not jealous of anybody because I don't know about anybody's finances. I don't know. If they're on vacation, check it out. If they're on vacation while they're in debt, they're just a slave on vacation. If they bought a new car and they're announcing it on Facebook and they're announcing that they got a great rate on it and go see the salesman, he did a good job for them, they're just a slave driving a new car. Whether they know this or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if they know. Because this is how I look at it. In order for me to remain free, in order for me to remain rich, good, wealthy, whatever you want to call it, the majority of people must remain in the debt matrix thinking they're doing something special. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever, okay, whatever. All right, you guys, it's been 2.5 hours. If you see your numbers drop, that's because you were buffering for. Oh, I was? Oh man, I hate that. So we all thought something. Oh man, oof, that's irritating. Am I back to normal now, Snuggles? Man. Am I back to normal now? Am I still buffering? YouTube's probably like, man, dude, you've been on like 2.5 hours, man. You're taking a bandwidth. Okay. You're back and numbers are okay. Yeah, I can't control that, people. YouTube is full control. Man, I'm telling you guys, if you get out of debt, there's nothing like, if you've never been financially free in your life, the only way you're going to know and feel the feeling that I'm trying to describe to you is become debt free. I can help you do that. I promise you, I can help you do that. Now, I know debt is emotional, it's personal, but I'm trying my best to get you guys to trust me. Because if you trust me, you'll never go back. I have clients that come in this room right now, but I don't really call them out because I don't know if they want me to call them out. You know what I'm saying? I just leave that to them to say, hey, I'm one of LJ's clients, and then we'll go from there. But other than that, it's personal. It's all private. I don't let, I don't do that. I wish I could get women to understand that concept. You know what, Snuggles? It's nothing to do with men or women. It's just debt. It's just debt. Try to, if you can, man, try not to put yourself in this box that it's a certain race, it's a certain gender, it's not. That's part of the plan. That's part of the bigger plan. I'm not saying, Snuggles, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that do black people probably get higher interest rate when financing cars? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that does not happen. I'm saying once you're out of the box, you won't really care about that because you're never financing cars again anyway. So it doesn't matter what they do. You see what I'm saying? And if you want that to stop happening, you'll be financially free. You create your own business. So to prevent that kind of stuff from happening, you won't let that happen. Hey, I'm a black owned business owner with the car lot. You come to me, you won't get screwed like that. See what I'm saying? You just do your part. See what I'm saying? But on the bigger, the higher, I'm bringing you to the higher level of things where those things do not matter up here. Because yeah, I know they charge a higher interest rate to black people, but since I'm not financing cars, that's never going to apply to me. See what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's Snuggles, that's the conditioning. That's the conditioning. That's all part of the plan. We need that we need people to keep financing shiny things. We need that. All right, you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. It's 2 hours. My mouth is dry. I'm running out of water. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I will probably be back on probably Wednesday. I'm gonna give it a break. Okay, I'll probably be back on Wednesday. Thank you for participating, Hyphy, Snuggles, hey man, SR, Bailey, everybody else. I don't know how many people are still in the room. I see 15 people climbing down. Like, damn, LJ, you've been on here for like 2 hours, man. I got to get back to work. My boss is starting to look at me funny. You guys have a wonderful Monday, all right? Don't forget to set up free 30-minute consultation at deadaintmydaddy@gmail.com. I get back to you right away. Remember, I'm East Coast time, okay? Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the donation link if I moved you today. Okay. No set amount, anything you want, don't matter. Okay. You guys have a wonderful Monday. All right. Bye-bye.